tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Woo! Welcome to Tuesday. You know what that means? It's time today for messages from the spirit world. That's right. But before we get into that, I got to say a big thank you. Thank you to all of you who came up to yesterday's video. On Monday, we did horoscopes for the whole week, and we covered all 12 zodiac signs. So if you didn't see that video, check it out. Every horoscope gets their own private reading. So if you see that video, you will get your own reading for this week. I cover all the transits, the major transits of the week, and also give a star sign reading for each zodiac sign. And just so you know, some people ask me, say, hey, Psychic Bob, where do you get these horoscopes from? I actually put them together. I personally sit down, I look at the alignments for the week, and then I craft the horoscopes based on the astrology. So they are my creation. I don't take them from anybody, and you won't get them anywhere else. So they're unique to Spirit Channel. Well, guys, I am so glad you're here. And, you know, also in yesterday's video, I showed you guys my beautiful necklace that I'm wearing. And if you want to learn more about that, definitely see yesterday's video. Excuse me, Psychic Bob's had a little allergies here. Anyways, I'm loving my necklace. This is from Shauna Alexander. Shauna, I'm still wearing it. I'm still loving it. You guys have been great. Also, I got to say, I mentioned yesterday, but if you didn't see it, Psychic Bob is getting so many letters and so much mail. I'm still working on getting through opening all the mail. Thank you for the love mail. A lot of you guys have been sending me personal cards and notes and letters. And I've been getting a lot of presents. So I'm still opening the presents. So I told you every day this week we're going to have some sort of present video. And today I wanted to show you another present that I opened this week that came from me. One of my viewers, her name is Rose. And I don't think Rose has a channel here. I think she just watches me. But she also is a friend of mine outside of YouTube. But Rose said that my readings have really helped her. And so she sent me a beautiful package. I already opened it, guys. But I want to show you the beautiful card that she had. First, there was a little envelope in there. It says, Bob, look at this card. I'm going to frame this card. You guys send me the best card. Shauna sent me a beautiful card yesterday, and now I got this one. This is a beautiful golden dragon. Isn't that beautiful? And it says, strength. Isn't that beautiful? I'm loving that. And she wrote inside, thank you for all that you do, Rose. Rose, that is so sweet. I love it. Thank you. I'm going to frame this. Wouldn't that look elegant, a little golden frame? I'm going to frame this. Thank you so much. Well, she also sent me a ton of presents. And I don't have time today just because of the schedule to go through everything. But I just want to hit some highlights here. One thing she sent me is a beautiful handmade steel pentacle. This was hand cut by a local artisan, and I think it's beautiful. She has friends that do steel work, and they made this for me. Isn't that beautiful? It's all steel. It's rustic looking, very kind of antique. I'm going to hang that up on my wall here in my house. You know I'm crazy about the pentacle. I got them everywhere, all over my house. So, Rose, this is beautiful. I love this. Thank you to you and to your artisan friends who made it. It's special. Now, you know Rose, I tell you, I can't believe how much she sent me. She also sent me a beautiful crystal bed. This is to charge my jewelry on. And, you know, it's hard to see here, but it looks like almost like aquamarine. It's got an aqua color. It's not showing up on camera as much. I don't know if it's aquamarine or it's quartz. Rose, I got to talk to you. We haven't got to talk yet, but are these aquamarines? They sure look like aquamarines to me. Again, it's not showing up on camera, but it's a much deeper bluish green. It's closer to my shirt color. Really beautiful. And see what you can do. This is called a crystal charging bed. So I could take my rings off at night and lay them on there, and they're getting a special energy charge. Isn't that awesome? Rose, I tell you, I really need this, and I'm definitely going to use it. And I love it. Thank you so much. And you know, just when I thought, my God, that's so nice, I dig in the bottom of the box. There's even more. And she sent me these beautiful altar tiles. One is the sun. Isn't that gorgeous? And the other one is the moon. The sun and the moon with the sun also. These are beautiful. I'm going to definitely put these on my altar as well. You guys have just been so kind. Rose, thank you. I I'm loving these. I am absolutely loving these. Absolutely beautiful. I feel spoiled. I'm like, it's like Christmas time. So I want to say thank you. Thank you, Rose. You are an amazing, amazing person. And I just really am touched. Thank you. Well, guys, I'm telling you, you all have been so blessed. And I want to say thank you to all of you who have been, sending me letters. I am actually getting so much mail. I'm actually hiring somebody that's going to help me deal with sorting through the mail and answering phone calls. Because I'm having trouble right now with the volume of people. Now, that being said, if you still want to get on my schedule for a private reading, we could still do that. I do have openings throughout the week and into next week. So, if you want to reach me for a private reading, write to me at my email at readings@robert-hickman.com. I'll put the link below. So definitely, in my private readings, just so you know, my private readings are a lot more in depth than what you see on YouTube. They're an hour in length, and for the full hour, I'm going to cover everything. I like to look at your soul journey. So we're going to look at your past, your present, your future. I'm going to find out about your spirit guides. I'm going to bring over messages from your guides. If any deceased loved ones come through, I bring messages from them as well. We're going to look at your past lives. We're going to see how that connects to your current life. We'll explore your life themes. All of this is covered in a private reading, and you can also ask any questions you want as part of the reading, and I'll answer those as well. So I cover a lot of information, and for those of you who have had a private reading, I'm sure you can say that I do cover a lot, and a number of you here have had private sessions, and if you want to tell the others about it below, I'm sure you could help them understand a little more about it. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for being here. Well, we're going to get into the letters. And for those of you who are new here, every week I grab a bunch of letters and I answer them for, psychic questions for people and do little mini psychic readings. So there is no charge for messages from the spirit world. This is free. This is my community service to the YouTube community. And I am so glad that you take the time to write. Thank you. I like to say if your letter doesn't get answered, please don't be angry at me. I am a little overwhelmed with mail right now. I'm working on it as quickly as I can. But even if your letter doesn't get answered in messages right away, listen to all the messages, because sometimes spirit will work through somebody else's letter to give you insight. I've had many people write me and say, Bob, you're answering somebody else's question, but I learned something that helped me. So listen to all the letters, because the spirit wants to reach as many people as they can, and they'll work through other people's letters, knowing who needs help. Okay. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your understanding and your patience. I am so glad you're here. Well, before we get into the letters, let's all just get comfortable. I want everybody just to settle down. Let's just center ourselves and let's attune to the spirit world. Okay. I hear my spirit guide Fletcher back here. He says hello to all of you. All right, our first letter today is from Ed Crawford. Hello, Ed. Ed writes, and he says, Dear Bob, am I an old soul or am I a new soul? I'm trying to understand more about my journey. Hi, Ed. That's a good question. I have to tell you, when I step into your frequency, you seem to be a young soul to me. Now, being a young soul is not a criticism. That doesn't mean you're bad or weak. It just means you haven't had as many incarnations and soul experiences. But remember this, the soul itself is eternal. You have existed since the beginning of time. So when we talk about old soul and new soul, it generally relates to how many lifetimes on Earth you've had or other planets. I only pick up about 4 former lives around you right now. That's not a lot of lives, but what's interesting is that each of your lives end up getting cut short through a tragedy. I feel that your last 2 lives were the most interesting. You had one former life in England, and it looks like you were actually a monk in England. You were a spiritual person. It was during the Middle Ages, and you loved to pray. You prayed for everybody. You were very much an introvert, but you had a deep, rich inner life. And I think that made you very powerful spiritually. And even though you were a young soul, you developed a lot during that lifetime. So you're carrying a lot more power on your soul than you realize. Unfortunately, in that life, you died rather young. You're only about 40 when you crossed. And it looks like you got contamination from bad water. You know, in the Middle Ages, they didn't really have all the systems of sanitation and water like we do today. And unfortunately, you got an infection from some bad water, and it really messed you up. But don't worry, you're back, and you're going to live a longer time, okay? You also had a previous life I pick up. It's connected to the American West. I believe you were part of the westward movement. And I feel that you died young in that life as well. It seems to have been a tragic death. I feel there was violence around you in some way, possibly a gunshot wound or something like this. And so again, you died young. You're probably like, in your 20s when you died then. And so you're entering into this life as a soul without a lot of soul experience. But the soul experience you've had has been pretty intense and powerful. So it gives you extra power more than you realize. So don't let anybody say, if another psychic says, oh, you're a young soul, and they imply that that's somehow less powerful. Don't be intimidated by that. I think you have a lot of soul power. I do feel that in this life that you are here, one, for a longer life, because you haven't had much luck in that way. And part of your soul contract is you told God, you said, if I come back, I get to live a longer life, okay? I do feel around you in this life that you are going to have a lot more joy. I don't feel the stress and the struggle that you had in your last life. Interestingly, in your last life, you had an adventurer theme. That's why you ended up traveling to the West. I feel that you're carrying over an adventurer theme into this life, and I do think travel is going to be a big part of your life in the coming years. So I want you to be open to that. It's like there are a lot of places that on a soul level you want to revisit and see also. And I'll tell you, it won't be right now, but in about 3 years, I see a trip for you, and it looks like it's to South America. I think you're going to go to either Brazil or Peru or maybe both. But you have past life links there as well. So anyways, you're back. Yes, you are a young soul, but that just means the Spirit's going to give you more opportunities for growth. And, young souls are, in some ways, they're more fun because, older souls, sometimes older souls get jaded. I tend to be an older soul, and sometimes I feel, I've been there, done that, seen it. It's very easy as an old soul to get jaded. So we old souls have to guard against that. Whereas younger souls have the wisdom to reach out and embrace life and to really be part of it. So that's a great power that you have. Anyways, hope that gives you a little insight on that. Thank you for writing. All right. Our next letter is from Lynn the Alien. And Lynn writes, it says, Bob, I have a serious question. I went camping with my friend Andrew. A lot of stuff happened. We are really good friends. Do you think he likes me? Are we better off as friends? Help me understand more about my soul and how to deal with the energy that processes through it. Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Well, hon, I have to tell you, to answer your question, in terms of Andrew, I do feel there's an attraction there. I think, really the best relationships start off as friends. And so the fact that you have a good friend foundation is really to your credit. I think right now, to be honest with you, he's feeling a little surprised and confused about everything that happened. I think energetically, when you're together, there's a real kind of mental and spiritual exchange that goes on, sometimes even more than you're aware of. But I do see around you a growing connection here. I do pick up around you some dark blue light, which means that you have been struggling with depression. And I do feel like for you that sometimes puts up a wall here in being able to receive love and being able to give love. It's almost like a wall that blocks that energy. One of the things I'd like you to try to do in the coming days is get a rose quartz gemstone. Just get a little one. You can even wear one or just have one to carry with you. Rose quartz helps open the heart. It brings healing to the emotional self, because I feel that a lot of your depression comes from disappointment and trauma inflicted by other people on your soul. Rose quartz will help to bring some healing with that. And I would encourage you also to work with a doctor, for antidepressants and maybe some therapy. But I feel like, when I look long term, I feel that you're getting the control over the depression. And I do feel like this year, you and Andrew are going to grow closer. So are we better off as friends? Well, you'll always be friends. But I think in terms of romance, there's a budding romance here. And I feel over about the next 2 to 3 months here, that's really gonna blossom. But I want you to work with rose quartz, help generate some healing in your spirit body. And this will open some doorways of connection for you, okay? I hope that helps. Thank you for writing. Okay, our next letter is from, I don't have the name written down. Well, I'm going to read the letter. I forgot to make a note here. I go through and I jot down notes off all the letters. So anyways, I'm going to read the letter. I don't know who it's from, but you're listening, you'll know who you are, okay? And they write, "Hi, Psychic Bob. Bad news. My dog passed away on April the 12th. I'm so sorry. That's really hard. We had to put him down, to put him to sleep, for he was very ill. I want to know who is taking care of him in the spirit world and if he is okay. I am concerned he is lonely. He was such a lovely dog. 7 years with him. It's heartbreaking." I am so sorry you're going through that. Well, first of all, let me tell you, the wonderful thing about your dog is that he's over in the light. Animals don't carry the soul baggage that humans do, so they're much freer in their spirit. And what they show me around his death is he was not at all upset. He was actually just ready to go. He was ready on a soul level. And when he was put down, it was literally like he was given an aspirin and he just dozed off. And when he awoke, dogs love to nap. For him, it was just a nap, and he woke up in the spirit world. He was surrounded by a lot of dogs. Dogs get greeted by dogs when they go there a lot of times. It helps them to adjust to the spirit world. And I do feel that there are some relatives of yours in the spirit world as well that are with him. I keep getting a great-grandmother on your mother's side who's around him in spirit. And so I do feel this grandmother vibration, this figure of grandmother, was one of the souls that welcomed him. He knows the family line by sense, so he could sense who she was, even though he may not have known her in this life. She knows him. And over in the spirit world, everybody knows everybody. So he's over there with your mom's grandmother, which would be your great-grandmother, okay? He's not lonely. He has a lot of people there with him, and he's very loved. Animals in the spirit world are treasured. They're not abused like they are here on earth. And, he is very happy and very free. I know it's very hard, but I can tell you also, animals like your dog can come back and visit. So what you might want to do is one night, I want you to meditate, and I want you to visualize your dog and talk to him. And then I want you to go get his water bowl and food bowl, and if you still have them, and put out his favorite food and put some water. And I want you to put it down where you normally kept his food, like in the kitchen or in the garage, wherever you kept his food bowl. And I want you to tell him that you're offering this to him out of love, that you miss him, and that you welcome him to come visit. And I'm telling you, he will come visit you. He already has. But I see him literally at night crawling up on your bed, because I feel at the end of his life, he was so weak he couldn't jump up on anything. He just lied down. He couldn't even move. But now he's free. He can leap and jump. And so tell him when you go to bed, say, "Jump on my bed tonight. And by the way, there's food out in the kitchen for you." And that will make him know that he's welcome there still. Animals do come back and visit. A lot of people don't know that. They think that once they're gone, they're gone. But animals have souls, and he loves you, and that love never dies, okay? So he's with your great-grandmother. He's doing well. He's not at all upset with you, by the way. He was just waiting to go, and so when he was put down, it really was just like taking a nap. It was that simple. He didn't feel any suffering or anger, and he's happy, okay? I'm so sorry for your loss. I hope this helps a little bit. Blessings to you. All right. Our next letter is from Kira Bray. Hi, Kira. I know Kira. Kira's wonderful. Kira writes, she says, hey, Bob. Hope you're having a great week. I am, Kira. I'm loving this week. I tell all these beautiful, kind presents and the lovely letters. I'm blessed. And she writes, I forgot to ask you in my private reading if you can tell me what my spirit animal is. Thanks so much, Kira. Hi, Kira. Yes, but by the way, Kira had a private reading with me. And Kira, if you want to tell people in the box below if you enjoyed your reading, I'm sure they'd love to hear about that. Kira, I'm picking up two different spirit totems around you. One of them is a wolf. I pick up a beautiful white wolf around you. It's a guardian. It's a female wolf. She goes before you. She's a protectress. I also get the spirit of the owl around you. I see an owl literally perched on a branch here that kind of guides and watches over you. You can have actually more than one totem, but I'm getting a wolf around you. It's a white wolf specifically, like a big winter white wolf, and also a white owl. So winter owl and a winter wolf. And they're your guardian protectors. So definitely call upon them, okay? And they're going to help you. All right. Thank you for writing. And thanks for taking time to have a private reading. You rock. All right. Our next letter is from I am Lord Raziel. Hi, Lord Raziel. Lord Raziel says, hey, Bob, would love to know what my life theme is. Hi, Lord Raziel. You know, when I step into your frequency, I'm getting around you a lot of purple light and flashing, glowing pentacles. Kind of like, like what's on the wall here, but they're in your vibration, moving and flashing light. Very dynamic. This means that you have a magic worker life theme. This means that you will do work connected to the occult in your future. Could be a psychic work. It's could be spell casting. Could be spirit conjuring. All of these are really where you have a lot of power. I also see a second band of light, which is green, which indicates a healer theme. So I feel that you will do some work in healing as well. So you have a magic worker theme and a healer theme. And I see you doing a lot of good in the coming years. I do believe that you have some past life connections with this sort of work as well, which makes you doubly powerful in this life, okay? Anyways, hope that helps. Blessings to you. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Rihanna. And Rihanna writes and says, Dear Bob, what can you tell me about my soul? Where do I come from? Am I an old soul? Hi, Rihanna. You know, hon, when I step into your frequency, I see light around, but it's beautiful light. I get a lot of brilliant golden and green light around you. Green has a few meanings in my reading. Sometimes it means healing energy, which I do think you have some connections to that. You have a healer. But it also means that you have a connection to the ancient fae, the fairies. And I believe that you've had former lives in Ireland where you have directly connected to the fae. And I believe even in this lifetime you have some line of bloodline that is connected to the fae. So your soul has fae energy on it. I also get a lot of powerful gold light around you, which is leadership, it's royalty, it's authority. And I believe that you also have a leadership theme and a warrior theme on your chart. Now that might sound a little strange, a warrior, and you're very young, but warriors are noble and honorable. They defend the tribe, they defend the community. And I feel in your future you'll step very much into a leadership role. And I do see around you a warrior. You may find in your future you're drawn to things such as military work or police work, security work, things like this. So that is, you do carry the warrior spirit on your soul. You are an old soul, a lot of former lives here. And as I said, you connect also to the Fae bloodline, which is very, very ancient, goes back thousands of years. So you definitely have a natural ability to see things, to know things, trust your intuition. As you get older, you're going to realize like you really know stuff and people ought to listen to you because you have this ability to keep people out of danger. So I want you to, pay attention to your dreams, because I do feel that you get a strong connection with the spirits in the sleep state, particularly the fairies. Okay, so they're around you. Anyways, I hope that helps you understand a little bit about your soul. Old soul, traveled a lot of lifetimes. Powerful. Thanks for writing. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, listen, that is all the time I've got today for letters. You guys are the best. Thank you for writing. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll keep it here at Spirit Channel. By the way, if you want to help Psychic Bob, like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends. Hit subscribe, be part of our channel. And also meant to tell you, if you haven't done so, pop over to my website as well. You can see about my readings over there. And also you can pick up books. I sell books. I am a published author as well as a full-time psychic. So if you go there, there's a tab that says bookstores. Here's my book, Messages from Rose, my other book, Ouija Mysteries, and I have a few others over there. So definitely check that out as well. Guys, thanks for being here. I love you. Listen, we'll be back here tomorrow for Wiccan Wednesday. And we're going to have some more mystical stuff. I'm going to show you some more of my amazing mystical presence. And we'll have something fun. So definitely be here. We'll see you then. But until then, may you always blessed be.